Coming up in this screencast, we're talking Google's mobile-friendly testing tool, how it works, and whether or not your website passes the test. For compare and contrast purposes for this screencast, I've got two different websites selected, sort of a David and Goliath, if you will. Playing the role of Goliath is going to be the art.com website, and the big 300-pound gorilla whale. And then playing the small guy is going to be Michael Windsor, who's a photographer that's on our platform that takes some pretty awesome shots. So let's dive right in and start by going to the mobile-friendly test tool. And if you've come from the blog post, you've read some of the setup of this. If you're just seeing it on YouTube, you might want to check out the blog post. We'll put it in the YouTube notes so you can get the context. But here's the test tool. You just come in, you put the URL right in, you click Analyze. And what Google's doing is it's, without diving into the deep details, it's basically saying, is your website on a mobile friend, thumb navigation friendly? That's really what it comes down to. But it's testing font sizes, it's testing the button sizes and the space between links. Can you click just one link with your thumb instead of 6? And those kinds of things. So you run the test. Here's what it does. It spits out that your website is not mobile friendly. The links are too close. Like I was saying, the mobile viewpoint is not set and the text is too small to read. You can click through and go next, and it will give you some general pointers on how you can fix your site if you're in this particular case, which is kind of helpful. But really what it comes down to is it's looking to see whether or not you are serving up either a mobile version of your site, a completely separate one, or whether or not you've got responsive design going on. And a real quick and easy way to test this is if you basically just drag the corner of your browser on a website, and you can do this on any site. And if things don't resize and get bigger and smaller, then it's not mobile responsive. So let's go over to Michael Windsor's case. So as I drag and drop this one, things will change. So you can see, boom, right there, the menu goes from across the top, and then now it shrinks down, and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until eventually you get to the mobile version. But you can see there's a different menu here. It's hamburger menu, that thing's called. And so things change. So it's giving you a different version depending on the screen size, right? So that would be your mobile phone, that would be your tablet, and then we go back to the desktop and it gets really big. The image is taking its time to load because I'm confusing it. But that's really the specific difference. And so you have two options. You either have a mobile responsive site that goes up and down, or you serve a completely separate mobile site, which is not something that art.com does, which is something that Art Storefronts does. But one of the things that I think is important to do too, because we have a number of customers that are kind of running a hybrid of an Art Storefront site with built in top of your old site, back and forth between the two, which is great. And, we totally get it. It's hard enough to migrate one site, let alone two. But what you do, a key test to run is go onto the product pages, because this is really the big picture, right? Can somebody add the product to a cart on a mobile device and eventually get it into checkout and potentially even ship to them? Because that's really what we're asking, right? Is the e-commerce situation applicable where they could actually buy a piece of art from you on the phone and get it shipped to you and have it be a pleasurable experience? So that's kind of what we're testing. So I think it's wise to test individual image pages, and why that's running that test there. Let's find one on Michael's site and we can get that test ready too. That's cool looking. Alright, so let's fold up. Alright, so again, it comes back not mobile friendly. Most of the time what you'll find is if the whole site, if one page on the site's not, usually the whole site's not. But it's a good thing to test anyway. I think it's worthwhile to see if you fare any better on your product pages. So let's take a look at here's the one from Michael Windsor, and we'll run this through the test too. Let's just see, Analyze. And again, just to revisit, what's so critical about this is Google just announced that, and there you can see that his page passes, it's mobile friendly, is that Google just announced that they're going to be increasing whoever is a mobile friendly experience. They're going to bump you up in the search results and bump ones that aren't down, if shown at all. So really, really important step to take, and I think that can give you some context on how to check using this tool. And the links in the post, we'll also put it in the video notes. And You know, really what you want to do in this situation, if you're not in a situation where you're showing responsive and you're passing, is to get your site set up with Google Webmaster Tools, because it can really tell you what to do to fix it. So we'll cover that in a future blog post. Thanks for checking it out, and hope you enjoyed it.